Hello Sheilas and blokes, I'm Skip Donnely, and the first thing I'd like to get to is I thank you very much for your outpouring of support. Okay, now my run-in with the Choogaroo was a scary experience, but I got through it, especially with all the letters and the videos from my fans. Now, as you can see, the Choogaroo got the best of Skip, but Skip's okay, he's back, but he's staying inside today. Today, we're gonna go over the freaks of the Spore Galaxy. You want to see some crazy things? Stuff you ain't ever seen before? Stuff you didn't know could exist? Well, stick around, it's coming right up. Now, the first thing we're gonna go over is the Batanga. The Batanga is a large yellow creature. It's got red veins going down its body. Now, the interesting thing about these veins is they actually turn color. They're almost always red, though. It gets its properties of color from the creatures that it eats. Now, the creatures that it eats is red creatures. So, the veins, they're red. On the Batanga, you can see it's got antennas and stoggles going down its back. Now, these are actually a sensory network on how it detects its prey and hunts them down. The spikes on the back of the Batanga actually are not offense at all, strictly defense. This is what keeps the Batanga from having any natural enemies. Now the front of the Batanga is 100% attack. You can see all the spikes in its claws all over this creature. Its one single eye is actually many eyes. It has excellent depth perception. But if you see a Batanga, I suggest you definitely go the other way. But keep an eye on it so it doesn't come and get you, because they ain't slow. It will catch you. Now, next creature is extremely strange looking, and it might be the strangest creature in the world. It's dark pink scales with white stripes, and the name of it is a Zat. It's got long legs that go all the way up to the top of its body, and its body actually slopes in downwards motions to its arms and then its head. It's 100% scavenger. It's built to be a scavenger. It's a very slow-moving creature that plods along, but it actually moves quite quickly when it runs, even though it looks like it's moving extremely slow. But that's because its legs are extremely long. On the top of its body, you can see it looks like an oasis. No one actually knows the scientific reason for this. No one's ever seen it be used for anything. But it's imagined that when it crouches down, that it uses it to protect itself from enemies by camouflaging itself. But how it camouflages itself with those colors, no one understands. And to top off the weirdness of this creature, on top of the pink and white, it's got orange markings down its body. Even on its toes is orange. Very strange creature, very cool. The Zat. The next crazy creature on the list is a Leviton. The Leviton is brown with sticks and leaves. But they actually ain't sticks and leaves. They're feelers. It's like a sensory network, kind of like the Batanga, except these are much more highly receptive. It actually uses this more than its eyes to feel the air around it. When something moves, it senses it, and it uses it especially to protect us from predators, kind of like whiskers on a cat. And it feels the air moves, it knows something's there. Or maybe it's just a gust of wind, I don't know. They're very jumpy creatures, so maybe it's just a gust of wind scared off. Now, it looks like it has two mouths in one, but it actually does not. It's one mouth, and that sticking out is its tongue. It's a hard tongue. It actually uses it to kill its prey and break bones so it can chew it up, because it eats absolutely everything. Bones, antlers, skin, everything. It's a very hungry creature. Now, one thing you notice is its body is extremely skinny. It's actually quite frail, but on its head is a very huge crest. This protects its frail body from predators. So the front, it's got a crest for protection. On the back, you see the feelers for protection, and it's quite quick, and it can outrun predators and chase down prey. And that is a Leviton. Crazy creature, neat, cool. But you might never see one. They're pretty rare. Now, the last creature Skip's gonna talk about today is called the Speeding Darling. Now, this kind of weird looking color creature. It's got like a blue off-white color as its main color, some blue spots, and crikey, it's even got crustacean markings. But it is a beauty. When you see it, it is absolutely beautiful. Now the thing with the Donnely, right, is that it actually moves very awkwardly on land. It's not very good at walking at all, and it can't outrun predators. But when it gets in the water, completely different story. Because you can see on it, it has fins all over its body, and it has big flipper feet, and it can actually just move right through the water. It cuts right through it. It's extremely fast in the water, as odd as it looks, but its strong back legs propel it well. Now the reason they call it a spitting dowel is because it spits, and what it spits is a salty mixture, and it spits it at small prey and even at predators to deter them. That is its protection, and that is its weapon. Now usually if you see a spitting dowel, it's usually a very docile creature. You can be around it and it won't bother you. But if you make any aggressive gestures towards it, you might get spit right in the eye. Now, you notice it has 3 eyes, has good depth perception, it can see very well, better than 20/20. This has 5/5 vision and all 3 eyes. No spitting dolly has worse vision than that. It might even be better. And the last thing about a spitting dolly is you see the stamps up on its head? Actually is, and it is very well. So, you can't sneak up on a spitting dolly. They have excellent hearing, excellent eyesight. You might catch one, but you get so right in the eye. Ow. So if you see a dolly, leave it alone, watch it. It's a beauty. Appreciate from afar. In fact, that's a good thing to take with all wildlife. Appreciate it from afar. It's beautiful. The wildlife you see everywhere is beautiful. Appreciate it. Skip appreciates it. Skip will see you next time on Safari with Skip Donnely. Thank you very much for coming. I'll see you next time.